YouTube, this is Frugal, and these are the MFG Crosswinds, which a few of you have asked me to have a look at. The problem with me having a look at these is they are handmade and made to order. I have a very kind friend and viewer called Casper, who lives just down the road, who contacted me and said, Frugal, I bought them and they're coming, do you want to look at them? And I said, oh hell yes, and here they are. So this isn't really a full review. I haven't had a lot of time with them. We have guests. I haven't had a lot of time with them. I have spent maybe a half an hour to an hour flying with them. I gotta say, I love them to bits. They are so good. They cost about 250 euros. I don't know what that is in dollar money. It's probably about 300, 400. Yeah. And they take a while to produce. So if you order them, bear in mind there's a guy in Italy, I think it is, or Croatia, who's gonna hand make them to order, and he's gonna take a pretty while to do it. But let me talk you through what all the features of these amazing, really funky looking pedals are. First of all, the footrest. These are completely adjustable. You can tip these back up to about 60 degrees. So you can have them almost vertical, or you can have them almost flat. They have 20 degrees of travel on the brakes. They're using Hall sensors in the brakes. So there's a 2K resolution sensor for braking. To put that in English, it will measure 2,048 different positions your foot can be in as you depress those brakes. That's pretty high resolution. He's using magnetic sensors for the actual rotation of the pedals themselves, and those magnetic sensors are 4K resolution, so 4,096 different positions that it will sense on the rotation. And I got to tell you, just doing this as well, it's incredibly smooth. So anyway, back on these. These will adjust. You can undo these two bolts here, and you can also angle them in, angle them out. So if you're a little bow-legged or something, you can adjust them so they're perfectly comfortable for you, which is great. Everything on these, by the way, is adjustable. You see this here? This is the spring tensioner down here. We can undo that and loosen the tension on the mainspring. We can tighten it up as well and make it more tense. And then on the back, we'll turn these around, and I'll put close-up shots over this as well. On the back here, there is an adjustment here. So you can move the spring's actual position from one side to the other and change the tension there. There's this little block of wood here, and you've got some extras. So you can kind of change what the return to center feels like by putting these different blocks in. You can make it feel a little bit different when it returns to center. It's almost like putting in a hardware-based curve mapping on the rudder pedals. You know, that increased tension as you come off center, or decreased tension as you come off center, depending on what you want, which is kind of cool. There are bolts in here as well. I'm not sure what they do. I think they may be there for the angle here. Gosh, what else have I missed? Oh, there's spacers here. There's two spacers at the back, so you can adjust how close or how far away from your wall it is. This thing is just like the transformer of rudder pedals. It's absolutely bonkers. You can change pretty much everything to make it perfect for you, rather than buying, say, a GoFly rudder pedal set or a Cytec rudder pedal set, which is, you have a bit of adjustability actually on the Cytecs, more than you do on the GoFlights, but it's still somewhat preset. You know, there's 2 or 3 different positions you can get those pedals in, and that's it. This one, there is no such challenge. There are other extra bits here. I'm not even going to begin to guess what these are, and I'm not going to ask Casper because he's a little bit shy, but these again adjust how it feels and how it works, and again, more configuration, more customization. Oh, it's the toe-in stuff? Yeah, the ability to move the pedals in and out, toe-in, toe-out, which is a driving term actually, but on rudder pedals. So what are these like to use? As I said at the start, these are, I say this on every review, don't I? And I actually mean it, because every review I do, the products tend to be better and better and better than the ones that came before, hopefully. And that's the case with these. These are the smoothest pedals I've ever used. I took these out with the Black Shark. It was a no-brainer flying the Black Shark with these, and the Black Shark can get pretty frisky. Didn't have any problem coordinating turns, didn't have any problem bringing the aircraft into a hover, didn't have any problem trimming the aircraft for a hover without using auto hover and just going hands off with the controls. These are a dream to use. Used them in Elite Dangerous as well. Had the ship sliding and spinning and doing everything it's supposed to do without any issue at all. The cool thing with this, it's a little daunting when you first get them, because they have their own microprocessors built in which store all the configuration information. So you have to download a custom tool to calibrate these pedals. But then that calibration information is stored on the pedals itself. So when Casper came over, we didn't need to recalibrate these. We just plugged them in and away you go. They're already calibrated because that calibration information is stored inside. So as you deflect, the value that's being sent to Windows, to the game, is the correct value, because that, again, calibration stuff is stored inside. However, the calibration software does look terrifying to use. I downloaded it just in case I did need to calibrate them and was suitably terrified. Overall though, these are really, really nice. The construction, There's a lot of metal in here, there's a lot of composite materials and some aluminum. The composite materials, I'm told, are almost as strong as aluminum. It doesn't really matter if they're almost or as strong, as this thing feels solid as a rock. In fact, it feels a little bit wooden on the pedals, but they're not wood, it's a composite. It's an alloy composite, no idea what that composite is of. That's really it. MFG Crosswind pedals. I highly, highly recommend them, to the point that I now need to go and talk to Mrs. Frugal and see if I can go buy some. But as I said, bear in mind, if you do that, it's going to take 4 months, 5 months, 6 months before they finally arrive. I have another friend, a guy called Mac, who, my old Black Shark videos, you saw me fly with him, he ordered a set as well. And his recently arrived, and he's been raving about them as well. Probably the most versatile pedals I've used in terms of configurability and in terms of configurability in sim, you know, making them more tense, less tense, easier to move or not, as opposed to something, I'm not dissing GoFlight, I love GoFlight, but the GoFlight pedals are very much airliner pedals or GA pedals, not suitable for helicopters or anything other than that. These will do absolutely everything. Love them to bits. As always, my name is Frugal. Leave me a comment in the comment section below if you've got anything further to add. Until next time, I'll see you very soon.